There comes this moment in life, a kind of quiet shift, where just trying isn't going to cut it anymore. It's not because the world changes, it's because you do. This whole explainer is about that exact moment and the absolutely incredible power you unlock when you finally make a true decision. So let's dive in and see what that really means.
So let's just start with the most important question there is. I mean, really think about it. Are you trying to get to where you want to be, or are you truly, down to your bones, committed? Because the gap between those two words, well, it's everything.
Okay, before we get to the good stuff, the solution, we have to look the problem right in the eye. And for so many of us, the problem is this painful, paralyzing state of hesitation. It's a place I think we all know a little too well, right? Look, we tell ourselves all these stories about why we haven't made it yet. We blame our tools, we blame the timing, we blame our talent. But the real truth is, the biggest thing holding you back, it's almost never on the outside. It's an internal failure to just make a real decision. And that's where we get stuck, that gray area of maybe, later, and I'll try. Man, it feels safe, doesn't it? But it's a total trap. It's a limbo where our potential just suffocates, and all our great ideas and ambitions slowly, quietly fade into nothing. So how do we get out of there? How do we destroy that space and escape the agony of indecision? Well, the answer lies in this amazing concept called kakugo. This is the solution we've been building up to.
First things first, let's be super clear about what this isn't. We're always chasing motivation, right? Thinking it's the key. We watch videos, we read books, we're always looking for that next spark. But kakugo, it's something way deeper, much more permanent.
Yeah, it's not that temporary rush you get after hearing a great speech. And it is definitely not convenience. That whole feeling of, yeah, I'll do this as long as it's easy. That's just commitment with an escape hatch. Kakugo seals all the exits for good.
And here it is. This is the heart of it all. Commitment without retreat. It's a declaration. It is the exact moment the internal debate just ends. You stop treating your goals like they're options on a menu you're just looking at, and you start treating them like responsibilities you will fulfill.
And this is what that looks like in real life, day to day. The person who tries, they wake up and the negotiation starts immediately. Do I feel like it? Maybe I'll do it later. But the person with kakugo, the decision was already made weeks ago. The debate is over. Think about someone starting a business. The trier waits around for inspiration to strike. The committed person, they just put in the hours, day in and day out, whether they feel like it or not. They don't rely on emotion, because that stuff comes and goes. They rely on discipline. They just execute. Now let's see how this builds into a mindset that just fundamentally changes how you operate. We're not just talking about what you do anymore. This is about who you become when you finally make this choice. I want you to picture this: a single warrior, an entire army marching toward him. Every rational thought, every single survival instinct is screaming at him, run, get out of here. I mean, it's a hopeless situation. And yet, he just holds his ground. He doesn't even flinch, he's not even considering retreat, and you've got to ask yourself, where does that kind of impossible strength come from? And that's the secret, that's the whole thing. Before the battle even started, he made his peace with every single possibility. Win, lose, pain, victory. It actually doesn't matter anymore. He already decided he would face whatever was coming. The internal debate is over. You see, fear gets all its power from our hesitation. It loves it when we're negotiating with ourselves, when we're weighing all the what-ifs. The moment you fully accept all the outcomes, you just rip away fear's leverage. It might still be there, sure, but it has zero control over you. So this mindset, just like that warrior's, it gives you a kind of armor. Doubt? It becomes totally irrelevant because the decision is already made. Failure? It's just a data point now, not the final word. Comfort becomes a distraction you avoid, not a goal you chase. And your emotions, which change every single day, they get overridden by your unchanging discipline. Okay, this all leads to a really profound realization. We tend to think that decisions are about choosing a path forward, but what they're really about is choosing a consequence. And every single choice, even the choice to do nothing, has one. We fool ourselves all the time, thinking that by not deciding, we're avoiding any risk. But that's just an illusion. Indecision is an active choice, and its consequences are pretty clear, right? You stay stuck, you waste time, and you end up living with a whole lot of regret. So listen, pain is unavoidable. You don't get to choose if you experience pain. You only get to choose which kind of pain you're going to endure. Is it going to be that hollow, nagging pain of regret, always wondering what if?
Or is it going to be the sharp, productive pain of discipline, the pain that actually leads to growth?
This right here, this is the declaration of someone with kakugo. It's a conscious, powerful choice. It's looking both paths straight in the eye and deliberately choosing the one that hurts now, but builds you a better future, instead of the one that feels easy now, but costs you everything later. And all of that brings everything we've talked about right here to you in this very moment. Because kakugo is not some theory to just admire from a distance. It's a choice that has to be made. This isn't some kind of magical trait that's only given to ancient warriors or billionaire entrepreneurs. It is a fundamental human power that is inside every single one of us. Anyone can access it, which means you can access it right now. And you can finally let go of all the excuses we use to put off our big decisions. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need the conditions to be just right. You don't need to read one more book or feel one more jolt of motivation. And you absolutely do not need anyone else's permission to take ownership of your life. We started this whole thing off with a question, and we're going to end by coming right back to it. But now you understand the true weight behind these words. This is it. This is the crossroads. You can keep on living in that comfortable but deadly space of trying, or you can make a decision, a real one. No retreat, no excuses. Your future is waiting for your answer.